And good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, PD, Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. It's Good Morning Grenada for today, Monday, the 18th day of November, 2024. Of course, Gordon Joseph, the innocent one, with you this morning, as always. Whether it's a normal, regular morning, we are unsure. So at this time, we sort of have a reformatting of the program this morning. At this time, I'm joined by the director of NADMA, Dr. Terence Walters, who's going to give us an update as to what's happening weather-wise via NADMA channel. Good morning, Dr. Walters.
Yes, sir. Good morning, and good morning to you and to all your listeners and viewers this morning.
Okay, and how did the weather treat you?
Well, good enough. I enjoy the rains, and, so I would say good enough, yes. Okay. But in my area, we have not had any adverse impacts such.
Okay, but I'm hearing reports from the northeast, Grenville, and coming down into St. David and so forth of some, mishaps and so forth. So brief us on what's happening.
So we had some rains yesterday. Well, actually, Saturday, let's go back to Saturday. The Met Office did send out information saying that we anticipated rain on Sunday and on Monday. And if the rain on Sunday, if it persisted into Monday, we should have some flooding and landslides. There's a low chance of flooding and landslides on Monday in particular. However, we've had some rain on the west and then on the east on Sunday. And yesterday, in the evening on Sunday, we did have some rains, but persistent rains in the east, and we did experience some flooding and some landslides in some areas. So that occurred overnight. The rain has since ceased throughout the night for the most part. And so as we proceed into today, we have to be mindful that if the rains continue and persist throughout the day, we can anticipate additional flooding and landslides in some areas. So we have to be mindful of that during the day today. Now, in terms of the incidents last night, the flooding and the landslides, and so the Ministry of Infrastructure, I know, who is the lead on the cleanup, and I'm attending to these incidents. Right, so they have been on top of things, and so we continue to monitor and provide information as we proceed today.
There has been reports of a massive landslide in the Mount Morris area, making the road impassable. Have you had any reports on that?
All right, so I don't have an update on that and on what has been done, but I guess that we can provide, in the shortest possible time. But yes, I know the Ministry of Infrastructure. The CTO and his teams, road officers, and so they're out and they are looking at the situation and attending to the situation. Responding.
I've also gotten reports of because of the heavy downpour and slippages here and there, broken. A lot of Nawasa's mains have been broken and so forth. And the question is, how would that impact the normal flow of schools and so forth today?
So we do understand that Nawasa has been challenged because over the past. So we've had Beryl, and Nawasa was impacted and challenged. Then we've had rains last weekend. We've had this significant flooding on Tuesday, and then over the weekend again. Okay, so Nawasa has been impacted significantly. They've sent out a release yesterday indicating that the Concord Dam, so water will be interrupted all the way down to the tongue of St. George. So there have been some significant impacts to the Nawasa system across the country, and so in terms of schools now, as it is now this morning, okay, I do not have any reports of of school closures per se. But as we proceed during the day, the schools that do not have water storage, so those that have water storage will be able to survive. Those that do not have water storage, we have to make decisions about what will happen with them. But the Chief Education Officer and the Ministry of Education, they will do the assessment this morning, and then they will make decisions about those schools and the students and what should happen.
Okay, all right. But it is also noted that most of the weather, the inclement weather that we've seen, happened more to the northeast of the island. Any reports as to what happened in Carriacou and Petite Martinique?
All right. So no, we do not have any significant impacts on Carriacou and Petite Martinique at this time. So yes, they have experienced rain and they've experienced the weather, but in terms of significant impacts, okay, we have not had any reports of that in Carriacou and Petite Martinique.
Yeah, coming through St. David, like the Malti and Content area, even while cleanup efforts are being made pertaining to the weather we had on Tuesday, we see a number of slippages coming down again. From a NADMA's perspective, is it a raincoat check where we have to look at maybe rebuilding roads differently in terms of setting up retaining walls and so forth? Because, for example, the La Sagesse area, whenever we get, more than normal rainfall, we can see the blockage of the road. The road is badly eroded at this time, and coming last night again, we have another buildup of silt and so forth in the road. So is this a good time for the relevant authorities to look at doing things differently?
Well, that's a developmental issue as we go forward, but just to remind us that with climate change, all right, we're seeing the hazards becoming more frequent, more intense, and we have to be mindful of that. And the authorities, I guess, would review, would revise, and as we go forward, make changes as necessary. Yes, but we continue to respond. And as you talk about the roads and land slippages, and so it's a time to urge drivers to be vigilant. Well, both drivers, pedestrians, everyone, to be vigilant on the roads as we travel, to and from this morning and into today, throughout the day. Please be vigilant. Please be careful. Please drive with due care and attention. And look out for the other driver. Look out for the pedestrian because of all the impacts, and you have debris in certain parts and different things happening. You've got to be very, very careful as you traverse throughout the day.
I am of the opinion that NADMA is closely in connection with the Met Office and other weather forecasting houses around the region. Have you gotten a latest update as to whether the rain and so forth will continue into today, or are there other systems right behind us that is going to come to the fore?
Yeah, well, the Met Office did indicate that we should get some rain today, and like I mentioned earlier, if the rains persist throughout today, we can anticipate more flooding, more landslides.
Okay. All right. Well, Dr. Walters, anything you'd like to highlight further before we do that wrap? I know you're a busy man getting in your reports and making analysis and so forth. Anything else you want to leave with us before you go?
Well, again, just to remind us that we've heard about climate change. We are seeing the impacts. We're seeing that these hazards are becoming more frequent, more intense, and we have to be prepared. And again, to encourage the general population to please be careful, be vigilant. We're seeing the issues that we're having with water, so please ensure that you have water storage at home. Please ensure, and in businesses, and our schools, and so we need to ensure that we have water storage, and we need to again pay attention to the information from the Met Office, from NADMA, from the Royal Grenada Police Force, from the Ministry of Infrastructure, all the entities that respond under the NADMA structure, please pay attention to the information that we put out from time to time, and that will guide you with the decisions that you make as you go out and as you move about on a day-to-day basis. So again, citizens, be prepared at all times. So preparedness is not just during hurricane season or during any event, but preparedness is at all times. We urge you to be prepared at all times. And specifically today, again, you will get information from the relevant authorities concerning the roads and the weather and the schools as we proceed during the day today.
Thank you very much, Dr. Walters, and keep us updated as the day progresses. You and your team have a wonderful day now.
Thank you very much, sir. You too.
All right, folks, I've been speaking there with a director of NADMA, Dr. Terence Walters. You heard it. You have to be vigilant. We have to be prepared at all times. Preparedness saves lives. And, keep listening to authentic news outlets. All right. It's not all the time you get the correct updates from Facebook and the other social media platforms. Listen to the weather forecast from the Met Office, NADMA. Listen to reliable information from the RGPF and their agencies. All right, so folks, it's 17 minutes on to 7 o'clock. It's that time again in the morning. I do hope that you all are safe. Yeah, I hope we are safe, keeping it safe. And as Dr. Walters said, the key to weathering these storms is preparedness. Always be prepared. And gone are the days where we only prepare for hurricanes. Okay, we have to prepare for all the disasters, the earthquakes. How do you prepare for an earthquake? Well, be in the know what you should do if an earthquake strikes. All right, flash flooding, we're seeing a lot of that in recent times. And so motorists, pedestrians, road users on a whole, please be careful out there. Be very, very, very careful. It's 16 minutes on to 7 o'clock. The AM edition of news, sports, and the weather comes up next.
Just like your prophets in the Spend $50 or more at any Hubbard's department or participating outlets for a chance to win free fuel, free drinks, free prizes, free property and vehicle insurance, free Hub TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free Dutch Lady milk, free passes to Sunshine promotion events for 2024, free groceries, all for one whole year. And every winner receives a free lunch package. But that's not all. Drive away in style in a brand new Isuzu D-Max. It sips, it doesn't guzzle. So fill out your entries and place them into the marked entry boxes. This promotion is brought to you in part by Dutch Lady, Danny, Promo, Supreme Bleach, Creative Chef, Grenlac, Floor, Salt Petroleum, Grenadian General Insurance Company Limited, Coca-Cola, Sunshine Promotion, Caribberies, Guap Bag, Sesame Spain, and Food Fear. Promotion runs from April 2nd to December 24. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Monday, November 18th, 2024. Coming up in the news, flooding reported across parts of Grenada as forecasters advised to prepare for unstable weather conditions. In the region, Haiti's new Prime Minister says there is no time to lose. Internationally, Biden allows Ukraine to strike inside Russia with U.S. missiles. And in sports, Cricket West Indies announces West Indies test squad for home series against Bangladesh. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Are you looking for a reliable, affordable, and customer-friendly pharmacy? Look no further than Hills and Valley Pharmacy, the nation's leading healthcare products and services provider. We are committed to serving you at convenient locations. Find an extensive and affordable selection of prescription and over-the-counter drugs and medical supplies at Church Street, Hillsborough, Carriacou, Jubilee Street, Grenville, St. Andrew, near the bus terminal, and Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George. Our committed team is always available to offer valuable assistance for managing your health and wellness. Discover the additional benefits of our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street and our Medcare Center on Grenville Street, where we provide in-house physiotherapy, massage therapy, doctor consultations, and eye care services. Our commitment is to satisfy all your healthcare needs, including competitive prices, loyalty rewards, and special discounts for seniors. Contact us at 435-6904 and WhatsApp 535-4734. Choose Hills and Valley Pharmacy. Remember, your health is our business.
Good morning. With the news in detail, I am Gordon Joseph. After enduring flooding and landslides from heavy rainfall last week, Grenadians are in for more heavy showers. The Meteorological Office has advised the National Disaster Management Agency NADMA that unstable weather conditions are forecast for the Southern Caribbean. This is due to the expected interaction of moisture from the ITCZ and a frontal system with support from a trough. Showers and thunderstorms are expected. If the conditions persist, a low chance of flooding and landslides can be expected today, Monday. Citizens are urged to be vigilant, monitor the weather conditions, and pay attention to the information issued by the Meteorological Office and NADMA. NADMA and the Met Office will continue to monitor the situation and provide updates as necessary. We here at the GBN, we've received reports of flooding in parts of St. George and Grenville as of Sunday evening. The GBN is monitoring the developments and will bring you more information as they become available. Health practitioner Dr. Mayana Charles says government's plans to construct a new hospital building would not solve the issues plaguing the health sector. Dr. Charles, a medical doctor by profession who served as acting senior medical officer and a member of the National COVID-19 Committee, was sworn in as a senator for the opposition New National Party in September. Addressing a recent zonal meeting of the New National Party at Bonaire in St. Mark's, Dr. Charles said the basic medications are lacking.
Basic lab tests, medication, equipment, staffing, and the list goes on and on. Meanwhile, we hear talks about building a new hospital and the possibility of Grenada becoming a medical tourism destination in the future. I repeat, in the future. I am a healthcare professional, and if you do not know, I will tell you right now. A new hospital, a new building does not magically solve our healthcare problems. It is not a magical wand we just wave and all our healthcare problems disappear. We must ask ourselves these questions. If they cannot maintain the current hospital, how are they going to maintain a brand new state-of-the-art hospital?
Political leader of the party, Dr. Keith Mitchell, reinforced Senator Charles's position after he shared as his recent experience at the General Hospital.
I'm in pieces. And I just spoke to him an hour before, and he said he was having these pains and he's coughing a lot. But he's okay otherwise, just an hour before. So had he been treated, they don't have basic medication, aspirin, basic thing to save the life of a person. Sisters and brothers, your country needs to be rescued. We can't take this longer. We can't take it.
The voice there of opposition leader and leader of the New National Party, Dr. Keith Mitchell. A senior official of the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ, has suggested the region is becoming the murder capital of the world and has told Barbados and the Caribbean the regional justice system is in dire need of reform. President of the CCJ, Justice Adrian Saunders, reminded the criminal justice system is not a single system. He was among the panel for a regional town hall advancing justice in the Caribbean post Needham's Point Declaration. We have more in this report.
In 2022, most of the top 10 countries that had the highest per capita incidence of murders were from the Caribbean. And therefore, the Caribbean Court of Justice Academy for Law has taken it upon itself to make criminal justice reform a very important part of their program. And last year in October, almost just over a year ago, we had this very important conference in Barbados that resulted in what we call the Needham's Point Declaration. And that declaration sets performance standards for criminal justice actors.
And finally, the Grenada Boys Secondary School, Boys on the Hill, is among 6 countries to win a place in the intra-country portion of the Regional Schools Investment Competition, which took place from October 21st to November 1st, 2024. The other selected schools are from Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. These 6 winning schools will progress to the next phase of the competition, in which 8 schools, one from each of the 8 member countries of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, will vie for the overall regional championship from November 11th to 20th. The 6 schools will be joined by schools from Anguilla and Montserrat in the regional championship stage of the competition. That's the local news. Stay with us. The regional roundup, international developments, plus the sports and the weather. They are straight ahead. It's 6 minutes on to 7 o'clock. We now join the Caribbean News Desk for this morning's edition of the Regional Roundup.
From the Caribbean News Desk, the morning edition. Good morning. I'm Kendall Morgan.
And I'm Dennis Chabot with the latest from across the Caribbean.
In Belize, recovery operations have begun following the passage of Tropical Storm Sarah. Schools have been ordered closed as a result of life-threatening floods, landslides in several areas, and a number of impassable bridges due to rising waters. However, businesses have been given the green light to reopen. Residents near one of Belize's dams have been ordered to evacuate. Police Commissioner Chester Williams tells Caribbean News Desk affiliate Love FM that shelters are still open should people need to evacuate urgently.
And that is important, again, for people who are living in flood-prone areas to take heed, and if there's a need for them to go to a shelter, then they must do so.
Authorities are also working to restore potable water supply to several areas where floodwaters have affected pumping stations.
Haiti's new Prime Minister Alex Didier Fils-Aimé is urging his administration to put their differences aside and swiftly prepare for the country's long overdue elections. Speaking at last weekend's Biden's swearing-in of the Transitional Power-Sharing Administration, he appealed for cohesion and discipline. He said that the primary objective is to prepare for credible, inclusive, and transparent elections. The Haitian Prime Minister who succeeds Gary Conille, who was fired several weeks ago, pledged to work tirelessly to meet Haitians' expectations. He said that the security situation requires an immediate and coordinated response, including making way for people to return safely to their abandoned homes.
The Bahamas government says it is committed to seeing out the 6-month term of its Defense Force team in Haiti, despite an earlier announcement that any member of the 6-member team who felt threatened by the increasing gang violence was free to return home. National Security Minister Wayne Monroe.
The situation in Haiti ebbs and flows. There is no intent to bring them back. The deployment time, as we discovered, is in 4 months. It's 6 months, and so they're deployed for 6 months. The persons who are to replace them have already been selected, trained. They have to be vetted so that they can seamlessly replace them after 6 months.
Monroe says the Bahamas remains committed to increasing its team to 150 as part of the Kenya-led multinational security support mission tasked with restoring security to Haiti, where criminal gangs control most of the capital, Port-au-Prince.
Our commitment, as we've said, at the 150 personnel is a maritime security commitment, and we've submitted for vetting officers and Marines to crew a 60-meter offshore patrol craft, which would provide maritime security. We've provided officers who can train the Haitian Coast Guard in small boat operations, in safe boat operations, and we will determine at the appropriate time at what point to forward the other deployment.
St. Kitts and Nevis' Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew says his government is pressing ahead through the courts to recover large unaccounted funds at the country's development bank. The government turned to the courts after saying a forensic audit by a Canadian firm found significant irregularities, including a debt of over $40 million to the country's social security.
First of all, you want back your money. We are going to demand, because I think that is critically important, and to make sure that the government can recoup its unaccounted money. That is what I will be pursuing. I am very interested in that. Where is the money? Bring back the money. This is not fair to the people.
Leader of Guyana's main opposition, People's National Congress Reform, Aubrey Norton, has hinted that foreigners will be blocked from voting in next year's general elections. The incumbent People's Progressive Party Civic Administration has already denied facilitating the registration of Venezuelans to vote in the elections. Mr. Norton says opposition polling agents will be on the lookout for foreigners who are clearly not connected to Guyana.
You must know a lot of the children who return from Venezuela of Guyanese descent, they can speak English. And so we will know that. But this government's plot is to bring people into this country to use them to vote because they recognize they are unpopular. We will not accept that.
Guyanese citizenship can be granted as a result of 5 years of residency, a Guyanese spouse, or Guyanese parentage. The opposition is also concerned that the Guyana government has been recruiting Bangladeshi and Indian workers who can vote in Guyana's elections once they, being citizens of Commonwealth member states, reside in the country for at least 2 years.
Before we go, we join the people of Haiti as they observe Vertiers Day. Today, it's the 221st anniversary of Haiti's final battle against the French army in their war for independence.
This has been the morning edition from the Caribbean News Desk. You may contact us by phone or WhatsApp at +592 700 9293. Thanks for listening.
And looking further afield, U.S. President Joe Biden has given the green light for Ukraine to use long-range missiles supplied by the U.S. to strike Russia. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky neither confirmed nor denied if the U.S. had given approval, but said the missiles will speak for themselves. Russia launched a large-scale overnight attack on Ukraine on Saturday, targeting energy infrastructure and causing blackouts. The strikes also hit civilian buildings, resulting in the deaths of at least 10 people. Zelensky said 120 missiles and 90 drones were launched during a massive combined strike on all regions, with missiles reaching Ukraine's westernmost part. According to Ukraine officials, on Sunday evening, another Russian strike killed 8 people, including 2 children. And finally, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres on Sunday called on G20 leaders gathering in Rio de Janeiro to rescue stalled current UN climate talks in Azerbaijan by showing leadership on cutting emissions. A successful outcome of COP29 is still within reach, but it will require leadership and compromise, namely from the G20 countries. Guterres, who is expected to attend the summit of the world's biggest economies starting Saturday, told a press conference in Rio. The annual UL talks in Baku are deadlocked at the midway point, with nations no closer to agreeing to a US $1 trillion deal for climate investments in developing nations after a week of negotiations. The talks are stuck over the final figure, the type of financing, and who should pay, with Western countries wanting China and wealthy Gulf states to join the list of donors. All eyes have turned to Rio in the hope of a breakthrough. That's the regional roundup and international news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. Cricket West Indies, that CWI unveiled the West Indies test squad for the highly anticipated 2-match series against Bangladesh. This home series, scheduled from November 22nd to December 4th, 2024 in Antigua and Jamaica, marks a crucial chapter as the team looks to capitalize on home conditions and finish the World Test Championship on a high note. Led by Craig Brathwaite, the squad features an exciting mix of seasoned, informed players and fresh talent. The informed Justin Graves is in the squad following a sensational run in the CG United Super 50 Cup, where he smashed 3 centuries. His recent performances have been a highlight of domestic season and underscores how pivotal domestic platforms are for the next generation of talent. Kevin Sinclair also returns to the squad as a valuable spin bowling option, while Jason Holder will miss the series as he continues rehabilitation for a shoulder injury. And finally, still in cricket, England claimed the series 3-1 courtesies of victories in the first 3 T20s, making up for their 2-1 defeat in the preceding ODIs. The West Indies earned a consolation win in the 4th T20, chasing down 219. A 5th and final match in St. Lucia was washed out after 5 overs. The West Indies earned a consolation in the win in the 4th T20, chasing down 219 in a high-scoring clash. And for the first 5 overs of Sunday's series finale, played on the same pitch, it appeared that a similar scenario was playing out. Joss Butler, having won the toss for the 4th time out of 5, inserted the host and openers Evan Lewis and Shai Hope, fresh from quick-fire half-centuries in the 4th T20, fired 44 from the first 5 overs before the rains arrived. Lewis, 29 not out, was the main aggressor, smacking 2 sixes and 3 boundaries, with Jofra Archer in an over-costing 11, carted over wide long on, and John Turner then tonked for a 6 square as he was smacked for 16 just as play was halted. The rain ultimately proved heavy enough to prevent any further play, England taking the series 3-1 as a result. It represents an impressive finish to Marcus Trescothick's time in charge of the white ball group before head coach of the test team Brendan McCullum takes over in January. That's the sports. We'll have more sports for you in our luncheon edition. Stay with us. The weather forecast is right up next.
This holiday season, get ready for a magical celebration packed with culinary delights, crafts, and music that will bring joy to your heart. But that's not all. Lots of giveaways are waiting for you. Stay tuned and make this Christmas one to remember only with GBN.
And folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster at the Met Office of the MBIA, Tricia Miller. Good morning, Tricia.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you, listeners of GBN. It's a fair morning here at the airport. Winds are calm. Barometric pressure 10.2 millibars, which is below the mean, but it's rising. Present temperature 26.6 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity 86%. Yesterday's maximum temperature was 31.8 degrees Celsius, and the minimum temperature last night was 25 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, only 0.2 of a millimeter in rainfall was recorded here at the MBIA. This brings the total for the month so far to 208.9 millimeters. Now the public forecast valid for today and tonight for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. The weather is expected to be partly cloudy with light to moderate showers occasionally, with an increase in showers overnight. There's still a chance of some landslides in vulnerable areas, so we just want the public to be mindful of that. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Today's maximum temperature is expected to get up to 31.5 degrees Celsius. Seas moderate, waves up to 7 feet in northerly swell. A marine advisory is in effect. Tides will be low around 11 a.m. and high about 5 p.m. Sunset this evening at 5:38. Sunrise tomorrow morning at 6:06. So just to recap, the weather is expected to be partly cloudy with a few light to moderate showers occasionally, with an increase in showers overnight. From the Met Office, Tricia Miller.
And Tricia, before you run off, is it safe to say that the inclement weather, that's the trough interacting with the ITCZ, is it gone past us now?
The trough is lifted. However, as I said, we still have some light to moderate showers throughout the day with an increase overnight. So while we may not get the flooding, we still have to be mindful of the landslides.
Okay, thank you, Tricia. Have yourself a wonderful day now.
Okay, thank you, Cynthia.
Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
If you are 50 years and over or turning 50 in 2024, our 50-plus car insurance is perfect for you. It's loaded with free benefits like loss of use, special perils, and windscreen cover up to $2,500. Getting to 50 is filled with ups and downs. Let's celebrate these moments together and look forward to 50 more. Call Beacon Insurance at 440-4447 or log on to beacongrenada.com to get a free quote today. Special conditions apply.
Well, folks, it's 9 minutes after 7 o'clock to end the news or recap of the headlines. Flooding reported across parts of Grenada as forecasters advised to prepare for unstable weather conditions. And as you heard it in the most recent newscast from the weather, the Met Office, of landslides and slippages are predicted throughout the day because of that amount of water that we got last night, and we are going to get some rain today again. We also heard in the region that Haiti's new prime minister says there is no time to lose. Internationally, Joe Biden allows Ukraine to strike inside Russia with U.S. missiles. And in sports, Cricket West Indies announces West Indies test squad for their home series coming up against Bangladesh. Now that has been the morning edition of news for today, Monday, November 18th, 2024. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending the invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
Serve Grenada Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sun Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire and accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
At Ariza, we find ways to celebrate you. Little wins or bigger ones. Working hard and staying on track. Meet your need while saving for your dreams with our Chairs to You loan. Get up to $50,000, repayable in up to 10 years, and benefit from a lump sum saving when the loan is repaid. Live those dreams. Follow those steps. Take that leap of faith or invest in yourself. Make a toast. Lift a glass. Cheers to you. Join today and apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom. Your future.
Good day, Mr. James. I'm just here looking at Grenlec's new mobile app.
Sounds great. Can I use it to check my bill balance?
Absolutely. Let me show you. Enter your account number and Grenlec access number, and that's it. You can now check your balance, track your usage, receive outage alerts, and get updates from Grenlec in real time. You can even use the app to report a power outage or a fault with a pole or street light. Add as many accounts as you want. Track your business account, apartment rentals, and Granny's account, all in one convenient place.
Thanks, Susan. I'll be telling everyone I know about Grenlec's new app.
The Grenlec mobile app. Download for 24/7 access.
Tourism is me. Tourism is you. Tourism is everybody, and tourism connects us all.
Did you know that tourism generates revenue and foreign exchange earnings?
Did you know it stimulates infrastructural development and facilitates cultural exchange among people?
You must know tourism is linked to all industries,
from agriculture to construction.
So support the industry today and be welcoming to all our visitors.
Tourism is my business. Tourism is your business. Tourism is our business. Listen, one and all. Tourism connects us all.
A message from the Ministry of Tourism
and the Grenada Tourism Authority.
Grenada, get ready to celebrate the magic of the season with Christmas with GBN. Starting November 4th, join us weekdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on GBN Television, K105 and Hot 98.
Monday kicks off with traditional stories and wellness, featuring a storytelling session with Labukan Creative Center, giveaways, nutrition tips, and live calls to share your holiday wishes. On Tuesday, brings Craft Day with live and pre-recorded workshops guided by local artisans. Join us for more giveaways and connect through live calls. Wednesday features an outdoor production showcase, giving local sponsors a chance to shine from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. On Thursday, it highlights a local cuisine showcase at True Blueberry Resort. And on Friday, it wraps up the week with live entertainment in our studio, showcasing local artists and more opportunities for live calls. Don't miss out on the joy and togetherness this holiday season. Celebrate with us on Christmas with GBN.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It's 15 minutes after 7 o'clock. It's Monday, so you know my ride or die partner is with me, of course, my riding gun.
Whatever. I've settled for whatever.
Josephine Walters is with us this morning, as always.
For whatever.
How is Ariza?
Ariza is great.
As always.
Yes,
as always.
Despite the weather.
Yeah.
Well, how are you? How did you fare in the weather?
The weather was, this has been, that phenomenon yesterday was, I happened to be up north a bit. Rain started drizzling. Not heavily, but on the way down, man, it was flooding.
It was torrential, and you had to wade through that.
Yeah. Morning, Dr. Martin.
But fortunately, for what we've heard so far, people have been safe.
Right.
I mean, there may be property damage, farmers. I cringe at their waterlogged farms. My girl, Claire Jana DeLeon.
Yeah, it's a kind of tough.
Real girl, yeah. Said I wanted to. But Mother Nature at work.
Yeah.
And we do the best we can.
And
then the carnage, of course.
Yeah. I was talking with Dr. Terence Walters a while ago, and it's so important that we keep our people abreast with the effects of climate change.
Yes.
Climate change is real, and we really have to keep pushing that so that people would take personal interest in knowing how they themselves can mitigate against it. Yes. But Ariza is safe.
Yes.
Yes, Ariza is safe.
And we're trying to mitigate against you being hacked. We're trying to mitigate, as you said, use the word mitigate against fraud, to ensure that your funds are safe. After all, you've worked hard for your money, and if you entrust us with your money, we'd like to know that we're doing our best to take care of you and your money. So, guys, 3D Secure is here. There are no ifs, buts, or perhapses about it. 3D Secure is here. If you go to, I'm going to invite our viewers, listeners, to go to Ariza's website, and you would see the frequently asked questions, or FAQs. Because since they're frequently asked, there may be something that you would like to know, and it's on there, and you would have the answer right there. So have a look, peruse it, see how you feel about it, see if you're satisfied, and then you can get in touch with us. I mean, while you're there, you can just go over to the Facebook page, send us a message that way, or else you can call us at Ariza. So let's talk a little bit, because I know folks might say, well, she spoke about that last week. Yes, I did. But it's because of the importance of it and the fact that there's no opting out.
Yeah, and repetition creates learning.
Yes.
So
you can't opt out of it. If a merchant doesn't sign on for 3D Secure, that's up to them. And if there's a loss, they would have to stand the loss. But it's not something that you can opt out of. Wherever you see verified by Visa, then 3D. So what is 3D Secure? It's that extra layer of security that allows you to shop comfortably. We want you to have a seamless shopping experience, and we want you to be secure. So what can happen and what will happen is that you'll probably get a password sent to you. This is why we said to you, update your information so that when the password is sent, whether to your email or to your phone, it's a current email account, it's an active phone number, because you would probably get a text. So I have the phone this morning, yes, because I'm looking at the 3D Secure, the FAQ, to ensure that I feed you the right information. So one of the questions that you may ask is what terms apply to 3D Secure? But you do have a card holder agreement. Most of us, once we get the card, we throw it away. But if you want another agreement, it will not be personalized, but it's a general agreement that everybody signs.
Right.
So there's no reason why we can't print one so that you get it and you understand, or we email it to you, scan it and email it to you so that you understand the terms and conditions of the card. Yeah, remember, we are Visa, after all. So it's not that we operate just in a silo. It's not just us, okay? This is Visa. So I'm going to say as well, we ask here, the question is, how do I update my mobile phone number or email address? Now, I've been saying this for eons, okay? But I'm going to say it again because I want to make sure that we understand. So you can call 440-1759, which of course is Arisa's main number, the PBX number, or you can send a WhatsApp, and you want to take this number to 534-1111.
534 and all the ones.
Yeah. And that's up to 10 p.m. Okay, so we will accommodate you up to 10 p.m. We have the staff.
With the WhatsApp?
Yes.
Okay, wow.
We have the staff to do that. Well, we've put that in place to make sure, to ensure that you get what you need from us. All right? So how does the service work? I'm seeing something here that's a little strange. I'm seeing 111, 534-111, 534-1111. So I want to be careful with that. But what happens is you're on there having a good time, shopping as usual, and maybe you get to the point of checkout. And before you can click that button to actually do the payment, they would ask you to please enter your verification number. This is to say that this is Josephine Walters. It's actually me.
And they would send that reference number through your phone.
So your verification code will be sent as an SMS, text message, to your phone number and or your email address.
So therefore that they must be current.
They have to be current.
Yeah.
And we need to be careful. We don't want you saying at the end of the day, oh, Arisa, and at this and at that and at shopping and these people and my card, and that's how we behave. I come here to get my card, and then we get we're inundated with messages saying, I can't shop, I can't this. Like, if you can't shop at this point, sorry, but it's going to be your fault because you did not update people. It is very simple to do. You call us, we would accommodate you. You send us the WhatsApp. It's up until 10, we have staff.
10 p.m.
10 p.m. who will take care of you. Now, Ami, by now you hear me saying Ami is my best friend. That's the truth. Because I am able, and it's that if I go to my hairdresser, I am able, once this person is an Arisa member, to transfer funds. But I was able to check my number. And I work at Arisa. I mean, I could do anything because I'm in there, so I could call one of my and just say, check and see. I could go onto the system and check it to see, but I checked to make sure that this is fine. And I prefer it. Okay. I'm not interfering with anybody. I'm not asking anybody, because of course I can't fiddle with my own account. Somebody will have to update it. But I went on to Ami and I checked. You go to the top left corner. Once you go on to Ami, you see 3 little lines. That's your menu. You touch the menu, profiles and settings. You go into profile and settings, select profile and settings, and it just comes up. Telephone number, email address, all of the information and there are probably other things you want to update there.
Okay.
If you hit telephone number, when I did, my telephone number was correct. So I just hit cancel.
Cancel. All right.
If it was not correct, and remember, you're dealing with human beings. So if, say, your rep in entering your number entered 49 instead of 94, so you see it and you think, okay, there's a mistake, then you just enter the number there and you hit save.
Okay, so you can adjust it on your own.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
You go onto your email, you check. Maybe your email has changed. And that could be for very good reasons. Some people have been harassed. They no longer use that email. Some of us have various emails, and some of us just forgot the password or whatever, and we couldn't get on. So we had to have another email. That's it. You go on, you change it. Now what you do is, when you're finished, that's what I did. I closed it and went back to I just like second. Yeah. It's like to double check, cross check, make sure everything is okay.
3D security.
So I went back. That must be 4D, right? Yeah. So I went back and was ensured that everything was all right. So please, we are encouraging you. Today, because it's rolled out.
Right.
Right?
Okay. And it's, folks, I just want to, interject here. You see, for this holiday season that's coming up, Jervis Dabrio is going to be invited here from the CSERT. I'm going to bring him on the show to really expose some of the things that we are taking for granted.
This is what I was getting onto. I got a strange message yesterday. And this message is saying to me, enter your telephone number for the final the final part of the process. Me enter my telephone number? No.
That didn't happen.
That didn't work in here.
Yeah.
Or you send me some strange code. No, I'm not going to do that. So people be careful. There are a lot of hackers out there. I know someone who was hacked. The WhatsApp. Of course, they get in there, and so they're able to send you some strange messages. And you can think that somebody's in crisis and you have to send something because your information is there. All your contacts, the people that you're in touch with, your children and your loved ones. And so it could be very easy. I remember deceased Leslie Pear, we can say that, called me one time because he was in big trouble. Some email, something they sent and said, well, you need to do that, and gave him all the steps, and he took the steps, and the steps took his money.
Wow.
Yeah, Mr. Pear told me that himself. So this is how, and they're smarter now. That was years ago. So please be careful. 3D Secure is exactly what it is. Secure. It's to secure you, to secure your money.
It's nothing to do with invading your privacy and so forth.
Not
the
at
information that you're updating, the same information that you had, you're just making sure that they are correct.
The only thing we're asking you for is your telephone number and your email address to be current.
Yeah.
And in fact, we have your card number anyway.
Yeah.
You do business with us, so we have your card number. Right. So, sorry, it's nothing invasive, as Innocent said.
Okay.
And so we want to be sure. We'd like you to have a seamless process. At this time of year, that's when these people are out. They're at their best.
They're shopping online. Then.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
they're shopping along with you. And they're having a good time doing it.
My good friend Kim Fullerton says good morning.
Hi, Kim. Good morning to you, too. Have a lovely week.
Yeah, in cold Texas. Listen, since last week, people were asking this, right? And I'm not going to call the name, but he said, Innocent, please don't forget to ask Miss Walters about the electronic online statements. Apparently they haven't received their online banking statements for a while.
Okay.
The online banking.
There must be a good reason for that. I'm not sure. Some of them may be quarterly. Yeah. Some of them may have been quarterly. Some of them may be monthly. But I promise I am going to go to the member experience department, find out. And I'll give Innocent the information so that he can update you. Right. I wouldn't wait until Monday.
So obviously, when we're doing Money Wise on Wednesday, you can let that person who is coming submit that information.
Speak to that. And I invite you to share your questions with Innocent so that when I come on, there may be something that I didn't think about and you really want to know. And hey, no question is stupid because it's important to you. Wow. And if it's important to you, it may be important to someone else. So anything that you'd like to know, please.
Yes,
and just to say as well, listen, diaspora people, we love you. I mean, you're very important to us. When you think about what happens in the diaspora, the remittances that are sent and how people take care of their own hair, we love them, and that's why we go out to Grenada Day and Toronto Day and all of that, Grenada Day, Toronto, Grenada Day, New York. And we often ask, why do we have to give our social security number? Well, that your social would be those of you in the US. Canada would be your tax ID number. People, this is very important to us. We cannot violate the laws that govern the financial industry.
The international laws.
We cannot violate them. It's not an ariser thing. And believe you me, identity theft is real. But what hits me is, this is part of you.
Yeah, that's who you are.
My NIS number is me.
Yeah.
And if I'm asked for it, I give it freely. Now, if you're in you can't transact any business in the U.S. without your social security number because it is you. Yeah? So we need the information on you. This has to be all you. We want to ensure that it's authentic, it's you, it's 100% you.
Okay.
And we are governed by other laws. It's not an ERISA law. The financial industry has tightened up, and rightly so, to protect everyone.
Okay. All right, Ms. Walters, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And we look forward to Money Wise on Wednesday. And
Yes.
then on Monday again.
And so your guest can update on
the online statements.
Yeah.
Thank you, folks. Ariza, good morning from the head right down. Everybody, security, of course.
Yes, I know.
Have
You
a
always
good
send
day.
your love to the security.
Yeah, Mr. Whiteman, my good buddy.
Yes.
Yeah,
We know that.
Yeah, Mr. Lord.
That's
and
your true
everybody.
rider, yeah, not me. I mean, I'm just a Monday passerby.
Miss Marquez coming in the mix now too. Eh?
Okay, all right. You're in good company.
One Ariza family.
You're in good company.
Thank you as always.
All right.
Folks, we take a quick
Thank you
commercial
so
break.
much.
And we
Have
come
a
back with
lovely week,
Of
people.
course, no cake still, but that's okay. All right. Thank you. Folks, we'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
And so it begins. A journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
Christmas is all about the moments we share, the smiles, the laughter, and the love that fills our homes. This season, let your walls reflect the warmth of family time. Sisson's Paint, match with every shade of togetherness. Celebrate 12 weeks of Christmas with Sissons. Buy one, get one 30% off on selected items. And with every purchase of any Sissons Paint, you get a chance to win US $100 every week for 12 weeks, from October 1st to December 22nd. Terms and conditions apply. Available at all Sissons hardware dealers nationwide. Sissons, internationally tested, brilliantly affordable.
If you're working for a while, come by Cots, I'll make you smile. Cots Black Friday come around. We are the best prices in town. Black Friday starts now at Cots. Yeah, it's back. Cots Black Friday. I tell you, hurry fast. Traffic on the highway. You know we got unbeatable prices. And furniture, electronics, and appliances. Are you coming? Say yeah. Weekly prices. Biggest and best deals of this season. Shop and credit to win big. And bring nothing until next year, February. Rock out and come down to Coats. Cots already load. Cots already load. Black Friday start. Cots already load. And go when Black Friday come out.
Looking to take your business to new heights? Advertise with GBN on our social media platforms and get noticed by our 138,000 plus followers. Reach a massive engaged audience ready to connect with your brand. No matter your business size, GBN is here to help you grow. Contact us today at admin@gbn.gd or WhatsApp 407-8458 to get started.
It's 25 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Welcome to the conversation this morning. Again, those of you, if you're just joining us, welcome, one and all. And at this time, what I'd like to do, we don't have any active guests again for the morning, so what I'd like to do is to give you an opportunity to call in and identify which location you are at. And did I say that right? You are at, that's right. Okay, tell us your location. and tell us what happened over the night. Do you have any suggestions to any of the service providers, the road cleaners, and so forth? Just call in your community and say what happened, so that we can have a full appreciation. Maybe help might be on its way. You never could tell. You know the digits, 435-2041. Those of you who are in areas that are badly affected, I do hope that things get better for you at the quickest possible time. Like I said, help is on the way. 435-2041. I'd like to hear from the folks from St. Patrick. In speaking with Dr. Walters earlier, he said nothing severe happened in Carriacou or PD Martinique. That's good news, because I was worried. I kept monitoring it yesterday. I kept calling, speaking with Fimba Frank and Jerry Team quite a lot. And I was told that the weather would be more to the northern side. So I said, oh my goodness, I hope not Carriacou and PD Martinique again. And prayerfully, it did not happen that way, so that's good. Let's go to the telephone line. Good morning, caller. Welcome.
Morning, Mr. Innocent. How are you this morning?
I am alive and very thankful. How about you?
Nice to hear that. I'm blessed by the grace of God.
Okay.
Yeah, what I want to call to mention is like when people using a weed eater by the side of the road or even by people's house, like the Trinidadian used to do after Ivan, they have a kind of screen so it's barring off the road or people's house.
Okay.
So I would like for those guys to implement that, please, thanks.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Have a blessed day. Nice talking to you, man.
You too. Have a good one, man. I hope all is well. Our blessings. Yeah, good blessings. Yeah, good. Folks, it's 23 minutes on to 8 o'clock. That is our time. And like I said, you can call in at this time and, say where you are and what happened over the weekend with the inclement weather that we had. Yeah, let's see what happened. 435-2041. That's the number to call and get in on the conversation. Those of you out there in the diaspora, you can call via the what? Well, you can call straight if you want to. You can also call in and make your comments, reach out to your family and friends, ensuring that they're doing fine. 435-2041. That's the number. Let's go back to the telephone line and say good morning.
Hey, thank you very much, President Lee.
Welcome to the program. Something is loud in the background.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll keep it off. Wow. Can't get that off.
Okay, could you just step away from it then?
Yeah, no worry.
All right, that's good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The first call I take steal my program from me, man, because, and I wheelchair and I can't move about much and whatnot. And all I know, I'm a bed here and my window is open this morning 5:30. And a stone flying through the window because the guys come away with it. And my God, this is not the first time, and I try to talk about it already. I have a problem because even the police, when I complain to the police, it's like them take that as a joke, Are you wondering what's going on now? Because on the rooftop, Mr. Noel talked about it last week. On the rooftop, it's just as if that stone just flying all over the place. I mean, I wonder what's taking place, man. I tell you, I lie down my bed, man, and the window was open already. 5 o'clock, I opened my window, and I did meditating and praying, and all of a sudden, this week, that crank up, and next thing is stone just pitching. And I mean, look, I feel funny about this. Like, have a good day, my boy. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you, caller. Thank you. I don't know. I've been speaking about that so long ago and so many times that I hate to believe that people are still doing that. Okay, we are in the age where we don't work hard anymore, we work smart, and I have no problems with you using a weed eater to do your cutting of the roads and so forth. But you have to do it right. Okay? You can create serious problems. You can blind someone. You can break an oncoming vehicle's windscreen or light and get yourself in problems. So why not do it the right way? Get the appropriate security measures for the weed eaters, or a simple thing is stop it when a vehicle is passing or a pedestrian is passing and so forth. But get, as the first caller said, create a sort of barrier Okay. 435-2041. 20 minutes on to 8 o'clock. I wish I could hear from someone from the north of the island, St. Patrick, somewhere. Give us a call, Riverside or somewhere. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, welcome to the program.
Yes, thank you. I'm calling from Shantimel.
How is Shantimel?
Shantimel is a little bit sunny.
Uh-huh.
But, we have water, but the only problem is that by the school area, we had a slide came down there and nobody didn't do anything about it. That's by the school.
Okay.
In the bottom, and they need to put a wall there too to safeguard the children. Because it's very concerning to me. I have a daughter going there too.
Okay. So from the rains that fell yesterday into last night, how did you pass up there?
No, we didn't have anything major.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you want them to clean up that area and put a retaining wall?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
To save the children.
Okay.
Because you have the preschool meet up with the primary.
Okay.
School children there.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm certain that the relevant authorities heard you and steps will be taken. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, and you have a blessed day.
You too. God bless you. Bye-bye. Good. 18 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Yeah. All right. Someone says here via WhatsApp, good morning. I want to applaud Miss Joseph on her undertaking yesterday to clean up River Road. No Peter inside. But when we say we're going to clean, these girls should not go and watch the young men. They should clean and not pick up a spade when a camera passes to pose on TV. Yes, it is that. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Joseph. Greetings.
Greetings to you.
Just seeking a little information. Has there been any flooding in the River Road area on this occasion of those heavy rains last night? Have you heard of that?
I haven't heard of any, but for some reason I was sort of monitoring using phone calls and so forth, and I don't think
been able to pick up anything.
I don't think much rain fell in the south.
Anyway,
yeah,
I wish that as soon we get this thing over. You know, it is not alarming really, the rains that we have in, because I've seen a lot of that in my time back then. It's just that the frequency and the intensity really and truly demonstrates that something is wrong in the atmosphere. And I think it is beyond just climate change, because the climate has always been changing, just my views. I think what we have is a climate calamity, and we have to start to face that the heating of the globe is creating major problem, or has created major problem. But you listen to the COP and so on and what's going on over there, you realize that the people who have contaminated this earth are not prepared to even to help us to straighten it out. That's a battle we have, a very serious one. But Mr. Joseph, to end here, I want to make this comment. A couple days ago, I revealed, as I usually do making my noises, that I think, after some serious in-depth consideration, that one of the solutions, I'm only proposing, I'm suggesting and setting the engineers of this country to think, that one of the ways we can resolve the River Road flooding is to put some pipes under the road, directing the water from on that curve, serious curve of the road by Miss Telesphone Shop, or a little lower down on that area, for the people who know the area. Straight under the road, elevate the road a bit with these massive pipes, 3 inch, probably 3 or 4 rows. Why? I tried to explain that it can be pretty lengthy, but I just want us to go into our toilets and take a look on the face basin, whether it be on a counter, nice vanity counter, or is just standalone on the wall. And you will see there that in the face basin, probably 2 centimeters or so from the top of the sink, the face basin, there are some holes, whether on the side where you stand or to the wall, but there are some holes. Let us understand why these holes are there. And we'll understand the concept that I'm using or I'm thinking about to relieve the system so that the overflow, when the water rises, will have a place to go. And and take the load off that corner, and the other corners are caused by Williamson Place in the back there, and the playing field and the school and all of that. I'd like you, Mr. Joseph, as I end here, to invite an engineer from the Ministry of Infrastructure or a very serious man like Mr. Carlisle, so we can have a chat on this matter, on a public conversation where we can throw in a little more on the issue, on the suggestion, on the thought. In other words, it has to do with the concept of direct action relief valves or bypass systems to see if we can get the solution for this thing. I am not saying this is the solution, and I'm a mechanic, not an engineer. But I've worked in hydraulic systems for years, and I think I understand what happens in a piece of heavy equipment while your oil don't flow all about the place, or why your tanks don't explode in these trucks that you hear them discharging air every now and then. Psh, psh, psh. Why? And to look at the concept of the phase basin to understand why I'm making this suggestion. I invite conversation on the matter. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph. Have a nice day.
Have a good one yourself, caller. Have a great day. Just getting a report here that says there are 2 massive landslides in Rukin in St. David, and 1 house is down. Wow. Okay, folks, it's 13 minutes on to 8 o'clock. Someone says, good morning, Innocence. Sates is fine. The rain stopped about after 9 p.m. and no more. It is sunny. Well, that's good news. I'm happy to hear that. All right. Someone asked pertaining to the conversation with Mr. Walters this morning. Good morning. Is this for shoppers only, or is it for all who have an Ariza account? It is always important. Once you have an Ariza account, obviously you should have a card, a debit or credit card. So it is important for you, once you have an account with a card, to update your information. 13 minutes on to 8 o'clock. That is the time. I'd love to hear from you, where you are, what is happening. Someone on the western side of the island, Guave or Victoria. Someone says no tongue was spared. Heavy rains yesterday. No tongue was spared. Heavy rains yesterday afternoon. Okay. Good morning to you, Florence. How are you? Florence Lewis, Zobaida Duncan. Zobi, good morning to you, my dear. Hope you're doing fine. Gigi, Giles, and Denzo, and Daphne, and Sylvie, good morning. Karen Archibald, good morning. My good friend, Kim Fullerton, what's up, bro? Hope you're doing fine. Ulrich Schoon, and all those of you out there in the diaspora, good morning to you. Tell you what we do. We take our final commercial break in the segment, then we come back and do the wrap this morning.
Hi, we're here at Answer Coating Grenada Limited, a proud sponsor of Christmas with GBN. And this year, we're giving up to 40% off various items.
And customers actually have the opportunity to win up to $1,000 cash. So we encourage you to stay tuned to Christmas with GBN and look out for all other in-store promotions and product information.
And don't forget, this December, a night of shopping with Answer Coatings.
Proud sponsors of Christmas with GBN includes Ace Hardware, Hubbard's, Flow, Grenada Duty Free, and Answer Coatings.
I'm Kenroy Batiste from GBN News. Season's greetings, everyone. Wishing you the very best for the holiday season. Spend time with each other, be good to each other, and celebrate each other. Looking ahead to 2025, my wish is for love, joy, and peace to reign in your life. Go forth, do more, and be more. You are loved.
Coming up, Friendship 7K excitement. Local business support in St. Martin. Greater air travel to destinations like Barbuda. Accommodated in style. The contributions of Raymond Lawrence. It's all next on this station.
I tell people nurses are not just nurses in the region. We really do owe them sincere appreciation, love, gratitude.
Meeting people in a vulnerable state, it's definitely a calling. And that's why I chose this profession.
We appreciate these people for really bringing us through challenging times. We appreciate you. We love you.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
This guy was driving way over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a lot over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a little over the speed limit. Look at the damage.
All right, folks, welcome back to the conversation. 8 minutes on to 8. Let's go back to the telephone line. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Innocent.
Hi, welcome. Welcome. I'm alive and thankful.
Yes. Well, the sun is we have a bright morning up in St. Patrick.
Okay.
The only thing is that the leaves are not moving.
Okay, no wind.
Bright. No wind.
Okay.
Very, very bright.
But did you get a lot of rain yesterday?
We got some last night, but it subsided after a period of time. We got a little coming on to this morning as well, but all of that is gone now. Bright sunshine.
Okay.
So we didn't have any big sort of effects as to what. It's only last night when I got up, I checked the phone and realized that system outside was pending. I had no knowledge of it before. But everything went well for St. Patrick's from where I live. Looking at it.
And coming from last Tuesday and so forth, are you all still having water issues and roads blocked with slides and so forth?
No. I think all of that has been back to normal now. There may be some areas that you might have a little issue with water, but it is not widespread, so to speak. Things are generally back to normal, yes.
Okay. All right, thank you, bro.
I want to address something, Innocent. The issue with the River Road area. And I don't know the specific to that project. But the road flooded again after all that work and money has been spent. And one has to ask yourself the question, where that bridge, that wall has started along by the Steels area, that's the area it was supposed to have started? That is the question that I'm asking. Because if it was not, then I could understand why this thing happened. Because if we look at it very carefully, that water started to come on the main road up by Steels. As it bent that corner and coming in straight, that side of the road, there was too low down, and the water overtake the bank and go all the way down. My thing is that they have to go back to the drawing board and do some work going further up below that area where you call, well, it's a sort of steep area after you pass Steel coming on there. Because if they don't, that area right before you take Steel entrance, it will continue to flood the area down there. And the work will seem like normal. I don't think the work that has not been completed to the end of the project has nothing to do with the flooding. The water started higher up, and it just should the whole thing come down.
Okay.
So maybe there was a miscalculation, and I don't know. I'm just saying that off my head. I don't know if the project originally had to be started by Steel there. But if it was, then I think it was a miscalculation on their part. So they have to go further up and do whatever they have to stop that water from coming onto the road.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. It's 5 minutes away from 8 o'clock. as we go back to the telephone line. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. I will just go on a little observation. There is 3 areas of importance looking at this is the tourist season, and I mean not only for tourists but for we as drivers on the road. There is 3 places that I identified that need addressing by the Ministry of Works. On the Lagoon Road, just opposite way, just around where Patterson Tire Shops were. There is a lot of holes in the road there, and you have to be swinging away from holes into the traffic, and it could be an accident, could occur. So probably the Ministry of Works need to look at that one. The next one is down in Woodlands, where they used to call it the Stinky Drain. That road is, well, better we call it Bumpy Road, because it's a whole set of bump and all going wrong the bend. There is holes in the road there that you don't know which way to pass. So that's the next place. Okay. And the last of it is by CID. You know, the road there is narrow, and that is the main road now. And it has some holes in the road for the longest while there. That is very close to the wall, to the drain. I think the Ministry of Works need to look at that as well, because at least they fill up the holes still until they open up the main road. So at the end of the day, I'm just as a small observation for traffic, because you know what they like for paths these days, and some of these holes is so deep. So I think they need to look into it.
In some cases, there is a little bit of road in the hole.
I'm going to say hole in the road.
No, road in the hole.
Road in the hole, yeah. Sorry. But the point is I didn't want to make anybody. But no, on a serious note, they need to look at these 3 places. There are a lot of other places, but these 3 places, and even for the emergency vehicles,
yeah,
coming through this bumpy road and these holes in the road, and it's terrible. So they just need to do something about it.
Okay. All right, thank you, caller. Thank you very much. Good morning, GBN. Can you shout out birthday greetings to my daughter, teacher Dalisha Henry in Richmond in St. Andrew? It's coming from her dad in the Gulf of Mexico. Wow, Dalisha, happy birthday to you. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Well, part of my observation with some of the flooding is that upriver and some areas, a lot of debris came down because I passed through the River Road area on Tuesday before the big flood thing. And the water basically was almost up below Steel Bridge already. But what I noticed is there were some big tree stumps and bamboo and debris already starting to build up there. So higher up river, things came down. How kind of debris came down, like people maybe clean their place, and wherever they had their drain or wherever they cut out, they closed that drain or something, all of that gets swept away and came down and add to the problem by Steel Bridge by sticking up and clogging up the underneath the bridge, and probably cause that area there to overflow. They need to look into that. And the next thing I notice is some of the roads, like the main road comes like a river now.
Yeah.
The drains, I mean, just can't hold the volume of water that coming down nowadays. So
somehow I said to Dr. Walters this morning, I think this is a time for the authorities to really sit on the drawing table and figure this out, because the rains are going to get more, the drains are getting overbearing, and so forth. So something has to be done.
Yeah, and quick before I go there, people cutting down to build houses and things. They're cutting down the trees. Putting big yard and all these things, and that, I mean, is it right? Is it land to do all of that?
Okay.
And then when the rain fall and it fall on some of these big yards and big roof and all these things, and then concentrate down now, it's causing a problem lower down the hill where other people have they just a small drain to take their water away.
Yeah, the water has to be controlled.
You understand?
Yeah.
So a real lot of work has to be done.
Okay.
Going back on that drawing. But have a good day, brother.
Thank you, caller. Have a good one yourself. Folks, this is where we've got to wrap the program up this morning. Thank you for participating. Again, I urge you to be cautious on the road, whether you're a pedestrian or a driver. Please be careful. The roads are slippery, a lot of mud, a lot of silt, and everything like that. Please drive with due care and attention. And if you're a pedestrian, please be careful. We've got to go. We've got to join the BBC. Thank you very much for your participation this morning. We'll keep you updated throughout the day as it relates to what's happening. Bye-bye.